According to statistics from the National Institute on Aging, NIA, up to 78% of men over the age of 60 regularly wake up at least twice each night to urinate. But what is even more concerning is that more than half of them do not realize that the cause is not aging itself. Instead, it comes from a very common mistake in their daily routine. Have you ever found yourself in the same situation late at night when everyone else is sound asleep? You are tossing and turning, then getting out of bed to go to the bathroom. The next morning, your body feels tired and your mind feels heavy as if you did not sleep at all. If this happens night after night, it is a clear sign that your urinary and hormonal systems may not be functioning well due to age-related changes. This can seriously affect your well-being and quality of life each day. In this article, we will explore 5 common mistakes that many men over 60 are making, and how to gently and naturally adjust them to help you sleep better and feel stronger every day. If you are over 60, please read until the end. It might change how you take care of your health from now on. What state are you living in? Feel free to leave a comment below. And if you are experiencing something similar, please share your story. I always read every message you send. If you find this article helpful, consider sharing it with your loved ones. It might be the best health gift they receive. Many people over the age of 60 believe that waking up at night to urinate is simply a natural part of aging. But the truth is, that is not entirely accurate. In medicine, this condition is known as nocturia. It is not just an inconvenience. It is actually a warning sign that your body may be experiencing imbalances in the urinary system, hormone regulation, and natural circadian rhythm. When you sleep, your body enters a restorative state. During deep sleep, age-related hormones are regenerated, memory is reinforced, and internal organs undergo repair. But if you are constantly being awakened in the middle of the night by the urge to urinate, that entire recovery cycle is disrupted. As a result, you may wake up in the morning feeling foggy, tired, unfocused, and even irritable without knowing why. According to research published in the Journal of Urology of the United States, over 70% of men past retirement age experience chronic nocturia along with symptoms like reduced vitality, insomnia, and gradual memory decline over time. One common cause is a change in the activity of a hormone called vasopressin. This natural hormone helps the kidneys slow down urine production at night so you can sleep through. But when this hormone decreases, which often happens due to aging, drinking fluids at the wrong times, or other factors like room temperature or diuretic foods, the kidneys continue working at night and the bladder keeps sending signals that wake you up. The important thing to understand is that nocturia is not a dangerous disease, but if left unaddressed, it can have wide-ranging effects on both physical and mental health, especially for men who want to maintain steady energy and vitality. After the age of 6, that is why, instead of accepting it as something unavoidable, you can take gentle and natural steps to reduce how often you wake up each night. In the next section, we will look at the first common mistake many people are making every evening without even realizing it. The first mistake is drinking too much water and eating high-water foods in the evening one. Of the most common but often overlooked reasons why you wake up at night to urinate is consuming too much water or water-rich foods too, close to bedtime. Many people think that as long as they avoid drinking right before lying down, they are safe. But the reality is more complicated. Seemingly harmless foods like vegetable soups, juicy fruits, herbal teas, or even a warm glass of milk can silently trigger your bladder to stay active during the time your body needs rest the most. Our bodies need a certain amount of time to process the fluids we take in. If you have a dinner filled with soup and then drink a cup of herbal tea afterward, by the time you lie down to sleep, your urinary system is still working. The excess fluid quickly builds up in the bladder and causes the urge to urinate within 1 to 2 hours, waking you up in the middle of the night. A typical example is Mr. Richard, a 70-year-old man living in Florida. He had a habit of drinking chamomile tea every evening to help him sleep. However, the more tea he drank, the more often he had to wake up at night. After receiving some guidance, he switched to drinking tea in the afternoon and began limiting all beverages and water-rich foods at least 3 hours before bedtime. Within just 2 weeks, he was able to sleep 6 full hours without waking up. This not only made him feel more refreshed in the morning, but also brought noticeable improvements in mood and memory. According to recommendations from the National Institute on Aging, NIA, men over 60 should set a clear cutoff time for evening fluid intake, ideally before 8 p.m. If you are taking medications that cause dry mouth or live in a hot climate that makes you thirsty at night, you can keep a small water bottle by your bedside and only drink when absolutely necessary. The key is not to drink out of habit, but to let your body signal when it truly needs hydration. Reducing nighttime fluid intake also supports increased production of vasopressin, the hormone that helps your body retain water and naturally limit nighttime urination. With just one simple change in your evening drinking and eating habits, you can support your body in maintaining uninterrupted sleep without needing medication. The second mistake is eating dinner too late and consuming diuretic foods. Many older adults have the habit of eating dinner late, often after 7 or 8 in the evening. This may be because they are waiting for family members to gather or simply because they believe eating later helps them sleep better. However, the few people realize that eating too late, especially meals containing diuretic ingredients, is one of the reasons they wake up multiple times during the night. Diuretic foods are those that help the body eliminate water more quickly. This may sound beneficial because it helps reduce swelling or flush out toxins, but when consumed late in the day, these foods stimulate the kidneys to work harder while you are sleeping, causing more urine to be produced and the bladder to fill more quickly during the night. Some common foods and beverages at dinner that have natural diuretic effects include cucumbers, tomatoes, celery, asparagus, green tea, chocolate, and even decaffeinated coffee. Mr. David, a 71-year-old man living in California, I used to have dinner at 8 p.m. and would sip a warm cup of green tea afterward, thinking it would help cleanse his system. But he noticed that he would wake up regularly at 1 a.m., then again at 3 a.m., and could not fall back asleep. After consulting with a urology specialist, he adjusted his dinner time to around 6 p.m. and stopped consuming all diuretic foods and drinks after 4 p.m. The results were surprising. Within just 10 days, he was only waking up once per night. After 3 weeks, he could sleep 6 to 7 hours straight without interruption. Changing the timing of dinner not only reduced pressure on the bladder, but also supported better digestive function, which helped relieve bloating, acid reflux, and nutrient absorption issues. In addition, eating earlier helps the body align with its natural circadian rhythm. This plays a key role in maintaining hormonal balance and overall vitality in older age. If you currently eat dinner late or consume herbal teas or fresh fruits late at night, try adjusting your meal schedule. Starting today, you can plan a light dinner before 6 p.m. and choose dishes that are not overly water-rich. In the next section, we will explore another common mistake that many people repeat each night in hopes of sleeping better, but which actually creates the wrong signals for the bladder without them realizing it. The third mistake is going to the bathroom without truly needing to. In many households, especially among older adults, going to the bathroom before bed is considered a sensible and necessary habit. Many people see it as a precaution, something that helps them sleep better and avoid waking up during the night. However, this seemingly harmless routine can gradually disrupt the bladder's natural ability to sense true urgency. Our bodies are designed to send a signal to urinate only when the bladder has reached a certain volume, but if you repeatedly force yourself to go, even when you do not really need to, the bladder may become overly sensitive. At that point, even a small amount of urine can trigger an alarm signal, causing you to wake up during the night just to release a few drops. Mr. Henry, a 74-year-old man living in Michigan, is a perfect example. Every night, he would remind himself to use the bathroom before bed, even when he did not feel the urge. But the more consistently he followed this routine, the more frequently he had to wake up at night after receiving advice from a physician. He changed his habit by learning to listen to his body. Instead of using the bathroom by the clock, he only went when he clearly felt the need. He also spent an extra 10 minutes unwinding before bed, reading, meditating, or simply relaxing. In just 3 weeks, his bladder had relearned how to hold urine for longer, and he was able to sleep 5 hours straight without interruption. According to urology specialists, bladder retraining is entirely possible. Even after the age of 60, this not only helps reduce nighttime urination, but also strengthens the urinary system's natural regulation and supports hormonal stability in managing fluid retention. If you currently maintain the habit of going to the bathroom before bed without actually needing to, consider making a change. Spend a few quiet moments breathing deeply, and trust that your body knows when the right time truly is. In the next section, we will explore another everyday factor that greatly affects both sleep and late life vitality, but often goes unnoticed. The fourth mistake is sleeping in the wrong position and using an improper pillow. When it comes to improving sleep or reducing nighttime urination, most people tend to focus on food, drinks, or medication. But few realize that the way you sleep and the pillow you rest your head on each night can silently place pressure on the urinary system, causing you to wake up multiple times without knowing why. An incorrect sleeping position or a pillow that is too high or too low can lead to poor blood circulation and place pressure on the lower abdomen, including the bladder. Even light pressure can be enough to send false signals that the bladder is full, even when the actual amount of urine is still low. Mr. Raymond, a 71-year-old former math teacher living in Oregon, had a habit of sleeping on his stomach for over 20 years because it felt relaxing. But he would often wake up in the middle of the night, even though he had no clear underlying medical condition. After being referred to a sleep specialist, he discovered that his sleeping position was putting pressure on his bladder. In addition, he had been using a very thick pillow, which misaligned his neck and spine. This led to poor circulation and fluid buildup in his legs during the day. When he lay down at night, that fluid returned to the bloodstream, forcing his kidneys to work harder and produce more urine. Once he understood the root of the issue, Mr. Raymond completely changed his sleeping habits. He began sleeping on his left side, placed a soft pillow between his knees to align his hips, and used a medium-height pillow under his head to keep his neck aligned with his spine. The results were surprising. Within 2 weeks, he reduced nighttime awakenings to just once per night. After 1 month, he could sleep for 6 to 7 hours straight without waking up. Scientists also confirmed that sleeping on the left side not only benefits the urinary system, but also reduces strain on the heart, improves circulation, decreases leg swelling, and supports deep sleep. The right pillow keeps your neck aligned, prevents spinal misalignment, and avoids unnecessary pressure on abdominal organs. If you are currently sleeping in a position that compresses your abdomen or using a pillow that is too high, try making a change for the next few nights. Your body will thank you for it. In the next section, we will explore the final factor, which is just as important. It is not something inside your body, but something that surrounds you each night and silently affects your urinary health and vitality in later life. That factor is the temperature of your bedroom and the type of clothing you wear to sleep. The fifth mistake is an improper bedroom environment and unsuitable sleepwear. While many people try to improve sleep by changing their diet, reducing fluid intake, or exercising more, they often overlook an equally important factor: the bedroom environment and the clothes they wear to sleep each night. You might not have considered that room temperature or thick sleepwear could be the reason your kidneys are working overtime and causing you to wake up in the middle of the night. When your body feels too warm during sleep, the circulatory system increases its activity to cool down your internal organs. This leads to greater blood flow through the kidneys and As a result, more urine is produced even if you did not drink any extra water before bed. Additionally, wearing sleepwear made from non-breathable fabric or sleeping in a room that is too enclosed without airflow can raise body temperature, indirectly disturbing your sleep and stimulating the bladder. Mrs. Linda, a 69-year-old woman living in Arizona, used to sleep in a sealed room with closed windows and the heater on low throughout the night because she feared feeling cold. She also wore thick synthetic pajamas, thinking that staying warm would help her sleep better. However, she frequently woke up 3 to 4 times each night, feeling tired and drained. The next morning, after consulting with a sleep specialist, she made a few simple changes. She switched to lightweight, soft, and breathable cotton sleepwear. She also slightly opened a window to allow fresh air to circulate or used a small fan to create a gentle breeze in the room. At the same time, she adjusted the room temperature to between 64 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit, which is considered ideal for deep sleep. The results were encouraging. Within just 1 week, her nighttime awakenings dropped to once per night. After 3 weeks, she could sleep through the night, feeling refreshed and healthier overall. According to the American Sleep Institute, room temperature directly affects sleep quality and the body's ability to recover overnight. Sleeping in an overly warm environment can disrupt not only the bladder, but also the entire hormonal and endocrine system, leading to decreased vitality and mood. The next day, if you often feel warm at night, sweat lightly, or have restless sleep, take a moment to reassess your bedroom setup. Choose cotton fabrics and opt for layered lightweight blankets instead of one heavy, thick cover. If you are sensitive to cold, wear 2 thin layers and add socks instead of relying on bulky pajamas. Sometimes a small change, such as switching fabrics or slightly opening a window, can be enough to give you a peaceful night's rest and allow your body to fully recover. Nocturia is not an unavoidable part of aging. As you have seen throughout the previous sections, the root cause is not age itself, but rather small, seemingly harmless daily habits, from drinking too much water in the evening and eating dinner too late, to sleeping in the wrong position, or having an unsuitable room temperature. Each of these factors can quietly affect urinary function, disrupt your natural rhythm, and cause you to wake up during the night. The good news is that with just a few small adjustments, you can help your body sleep more deeply, feel more refreshed, and even experience a renewed sense of vitality. For example, starting tonight, to try having dinner an hour earlier, choosing Dreherfuß, and avoiding herbal teas after 4 p.m., or consider adjusting your pillow and sleeping position to reduce pressure on the lower abdomen. Even one small change each week can help your body gradually adapt and return to a priceless gift: uninterrupted sleep. This will not only restore energy, but also support memory, mood, and your overall quality of life. If you found today's content helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more tips on healthy eating, gentle exercise, and simple ways to stay well after 60. And if you currently drink something in the evening, such as chamomile tea, Frau juice, or warm milk, please leave a comment below. Your story might help someone else who is quietly searching for a good night's sleep. Caring for your health after 60 does not have to be complicated. It just takes a willingness to start with the simplest things